Hey, this podcast holds nothing sacred. Join Alan, Marcos, and Josue. This is Life, Tech, and Sundry. And what is Sundry? It's our experiences put in a melting pot to the internet. So join us on this wild ride called the LTS Podcast. Follow us at LT Sundry on Twitter, LTS.pod on Instagram, Life, Tech, and Sundry on YouTube, and all your favorite podcast distribution services. Stay frosty.
You're gonna pay in peso.
Exactly. Anyway, all right, hold on. Welcome to LTS Out of Office. I am your host today, Mr. J. Over here, we have my co-host. Some may say lower, but equal to me, Marcos. Marcos, please introduce yourself.
Good evening.
Anyway, and then I'm joking. Go ahead, Marcos. Please introduce yourself.
Hello there. Hi. How you doing? Go ahead, Mr. J.
What? You asked me for more. Say, I want you. How's your day? Before we start with our guests, how's your day, Marcos?
Pretty good. Can't complain. Doing things. It's air conditioning mounting season, so it's time. And for everyone that's out there, it's probably tax season as well. So be ready to.
What do you mean?
It's already been passed on the 15th, but still, people.
No, it was the 15th of April. But anyway, before we get into the juicy details that is your mind, Marcos, I'd like to introduce our guest here, the main man of the hour.
Oh,
exactly an hour. He said, how you doing?
how you doing, guys? Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, and I'm glad, excited. I think this is gonna be a good one.
Good. And then the first report I have here is straight off of the press. Hold up. Marcos has not done his taxes. Marcos, can you explain yourself? Why have you not done your taxes?
Plead the fifth, Your Honor.
I second that too. I haven't done my taxes. Why file an extension?
No. There you go. Marcos did not, unfortunately. I have here must be sent to collection. So Marcos,
who's gonna
please,
collect?
not me. These hands that are ready to eat for everyone.
Right.
But yeah. So Marcos, what do you want to do? Do you want to just go straight into the notes, or should we?
How
do the thing?
Did you collect your taxes, Mr. J?
I've done my taxes.
Have you given to Uncle Sam?
I went to Uncle Sam himself and gave him a firm handshake and be like, "Congratulations, sir."
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah, and he said, "Good man. Here you go. Treat yourself."
But yeah.
Go ahead.
Here, so I have here a random fact from Marcos's head himself. Well, it's not from his head. He did do his research about this, but something that for some reason Marcos has, whenever he's deep, and I mean deep into the internet, this is like when he's with the chat bots and like the Reddit posts and the 4chan posts, he realized that, and this is again a random fact, that on April 28th is the anniversary of iTunes. Yeah.
Yes.
Like I said, Marco's deep into the thoughts of Reddit, and he digged that up, and
in 2003.
Something like to ask you guys that, when was the last time you've used iTunes?
iTunes?
Since I left the iPhone 5.
You're talking about the music, right? The music app? Yeah, yes. I use it all everything.
Like the application on your phone, computer, whatever you're using that's named iTunes, whenever you whipped it out and said,
But I use what's called Apple Music. I don't know if it's the same thing as iTunes. I'm sorry. Is it the same?
I'd say it is.
No, actually. And this is what I was talking with Marcos, is that iTunes is gone. There is no anniversary. It's gone. It's been merged in with, and if I remember correctly, like it's been merged with Apple Music, I think, or been replaced, because it's like, I think if, say, for example, you bought a song on iTunes, right? This was something, I didn't do it because I didn't have access to a debit card, but it's like, say Marcos here went and bought it. I think if you go into the App Store, and I gotta check this again, either App Store or Apple Music, you can, you still have rights to that song, I think.
As of today.
Even
if you don't have an iPhone, you still log into your whatever account.
Because like essentially you bought, the right to play the music whenever you want.
Because I mentioned you have iTunes Store, and then you have the Apple Music. But whatever you buy in iTunes, the store is actually, it shows in your Apple Music, just to clarify. So in case you like an album or a specific song and you want to buy it, it will show in your library of the Apple Music.
But remember back in the day when you can download the iTunes software on a regular Windows computer, and it's basically a media player where you can show your old your music. Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, now you get QuickTime.
Yeah, no, this is like 2005. That I'm talking about.
5.
Yeah.
Jesus, man, there's kids out there that weren't even around back in the day.
05.
2005.
Like
I think now they're like 20 years old. People that were born in 2005.
Yeah, think about it. You're right.
exactly 20
It's
this
been
year,
20
by the way.
years.
But you know,
Where
the
were you
crazy
when
part,
that? Yeah.
the crazy part, I'm sorry to interrupt, is that the what do you call it? The technology, especially in music, it went by so fast. I'm from the person that came from, I still was buying cassettes, like at the last generation of cassettes, looking for cassettes, and then the CD came to effect, and
With
then
the
it
books
was,
and the binders.
yeah, exactly, the binders with the CDs,
Your
and then
mixtapes.
after that, it was the what do you call it, the Blu-ray, and then it went to the Apple
Ultraviolet.
introduced
No.
their
DVDs.
the devices. I'm just
I think
talking about music itself.
something to like put into like to visualize is that if you think about it, around like from the turn of the century, so basically from like the 1990s to 2000, right? I think after the 2000s, technology just exponentially grew.
Exploded.
I think before that it was like a steady line, maybe it dipped every now, like maybe it dipped for like World War II because we were in war, and then like after World War II it was a steady incline, but then after after Google came out, all these companies, it just shot up like crazy, like exponentially. It just
Rhapsody was a thing. Remember, guys,
like, think about
Rhapsody?
it, 2005, that's 20 years that like we've had what? There was cell phones, like, what was it called? The Razr, Motorola?
The flip
We went
phones.
from that.
Yes.
We went from that to
The
then a few
beepers.
years later.
Don't skip beepers, man. Don't skip beepers.
Oh, that's
The
not me.
Nokias. What about the Nokias?
The Nokia, no, okay, that's also not my generation either. but I'm saying like we went from that, the Motorola Razrs, to then the next few years, the first iPhone came out.
Yes,
And then from there, it just steadily increased. So like from the iPhone to the iPhone, say like 5S, we already had fingerprint scanners and personal assistants.
Yeah,
And then it just kept on going with that from like now, like a few years back when I was in college, it's been like 2 or 3 years now. AI was just starting to come up, and then now AI is like the biggest thing right now, where it's like everyone wants to have it in their ecosystem, whether it be like your phone, your car, even to like your refrigerator. It'd be like, "Hi, I'm your personal assistant. What would you like to grab from your refrigerator?" I think based off of your records and data, you want to get the soda, or you want to get the ice cold water pitcher that's in my system.
You want that ice cream, huh?
You want that ice cream, yes.
It's like,
Yes.
and then even if you go from machine learning itself, we went from like basic things like, hey, this is an apple, hey, this is a hand, to now is like, it can talk to you by itself if it really wants to. And it's not like, I have come to kill you. It's like, it actually starting to sound like a person.
Like Mr. Schwartz.
It does.
Mr.
You
Schwartz,
can have
like
a
Mr.
conversation,
Terminator?
you can have a conversation with AI. I mean, not
Exactly.
really like voice to voice, but like if you type in, like let's say you text into someone, it is scary good. Like in the way that you think you're talking to someone, and they'll give you suggestions and advice based on and their data, and it's pretty accurate.
I think the perfect example is with Marcos here, where it's like he asked it for a recipe and it gave him something that he likes.
Yes. I have the nuance. Can I give the nuance on that?
No. But before we go into that, story, the reason why I bring up AI is because I don't know about you guys, but I personally see Izzy as a car guy. He's the car guy, and he's like one of the many car guys in our family. And for you, since AI is getting smarter, it's basically bigger,
Every day.
hopefully, everything. How would you feel as if we replace human drivers with AI drivers instead on the road? Do you think it would cut down on like traffic accidents, road rage incidents? Or do you think
it will, simply because I'm using AI at the moment in my Toyota 4Runner. This is crazy. I mean, and this is talking about, this is not like an advanced AI. I'm talking about, like, let's say, lane departure. So as soon as I start hitting one of the lines to the side, it will alert me. And also it has the blind, what do you call it?
Spot detection?
Blind. Yeah, if a car is right next to me in my blind spot, it will let me know the car is there. And also I have the active cruise control. So let's say I set it to 70%, 70 miles per hour, and the car in front of me starts to slow down. The system itself will automatically slow down for me, which is...
What are you in the driver's seat then?
Well, the recent thing is that I am driving. I mean, my wife's car is able to actually steer the wheel left or right, but it doesn't. You don't give it full control. The only reason I love that system is because I'm able to, per se, I'm listening to you guys' show. I'm able to pay a little more attention without leaving so much attention on the road. So this way it keeps me alert. Like I say, I'm like starting to go into deep thought of what you're saying, what explaining about something. And out of a sudden, it's like beep, 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 beep. So it alerts me and I go back and I was like, okay, I correct what I was doing. So I'll say yes, AI will definitely help so many. I mean, people that are eating or doing their makeup or so many things, it will allow benefit to, us in general,
Yo, there's horror stories, man. Just driving with your knees and doing your makeup, eating breakfast, and doing your hair, doing your hair right.
It's probably going to get to a point where it's like they're probably not going to add the steering wheel anymore. Where it's like, this is all AI. It's like, we'll just let
Jesus.
They're going to leave the steering wheel. They have to, because for any reason, let's say the internet goes down or you have no signal, you have to have some kind of mechanical
interface,
manual way to do it. Like let's say when your car dies, now this automatic transmissions, there's a way you can actually manually disengage it so you can actually get it towed, because it will be in park and basically a computer telling the
I'm not moving
transmission what you call it, either it's in park, drive, or neutral. So literally you manually go there, disengage it, put it in neutral, and now you can get it towed. Otherwise you're gonna hurt your transmission of the car. So I think steering wheel will not go away, but it's definitely a good argument that you can make. Definitely you can make it with have it or not have it.
I think for me, personally, as I've seen it grow, is like I think they want to, because they want to get rid of human interaction, because that's always the X factor that, like, who knows what's going to happen. If you make it completely dependent on the computer, the machine, they become more predictable. And for that is like, I feel like for AI to really like improve the roadways on its own, it has to be we have to be relying on the machine. That way it can control, like, oh, hey, I see like X amount of cars in front of me, I'll keep this amount of distance away from them. And hopefully they're like, hey, there's a car not only in front of me but behind me, and I want to keep in check of that. So I think you're right. It's like, is it anytime soon? No, but I think that's the ultimate goal of like, take out the human part of it, and then make it all machine. Because at the end of the day, the one thing that the machine does best is repeating the same thing. And with them just like checking all the sensors, all the cameras, all the lidars, whatever they use, they can do that and be like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna keep track. I'll keep my distance, I'll keep my speed, and we just keep things moving.
Because another thing I was gonna mention, just think about it. I'm gonna go down deep in the rabbit hole right now. Let's say right now, every single car is using the same system, right? X system, whatever. So let's say one car, a deer passes by in front of it and gets into a car accident. Let's say the car, shifts to the left. So only one lane is blocked, 2 lanes on the right are open. So my thinking is that each car will talk to each other, like let's say half a mile to a mile away. And it's like, listen, there was an accident on the left-hand side. Everyone is slow down a little bit, let's say 5 to 10 miles per hour, and everyone starts shifting to the right lanes. So this way, there's not such a big jam, because most of the times when there's like a big traffic, especially when an accident happens, most of the people are slow down to see what happened. Like, they'll see if somebody got hurt, how did it happen, is it the car on fire? All they do is just slow down, and it slows down the whole entire thing.
Let me just grab my phone and record it.
Slow down for that. They'll just shift to the right, as Jose said, because they know what to do. And they'll slow down the speed, but it will be it will not be as a bad of a traffic jam as if it would have been humans, because we have emotions, curiosity. You can say that. But I'm saying that I think each car will talk to each other and then just say, okay, what can we do as a group opposed to like a single car?
Like an ant farm, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Oh, you know what, Marcos? That's a pretty good analogy. I like
But
it.
think like right now, what we have right now is Google Maps. If you use something else, choice is yours. But in Google Maps, there's an option. There's an accident 3 miles away, and then you're going by the accident. Is it? Would you like to report it? And people like I've witnessed it. People say, "Nah, I don't want to report it." Like, how many people do you think actually could have helped back behind you if you press report?
I do myself do it. Like, let's say they say there's an object, because I use Google, and it says there's an object. It says, was the object there or no? And then I was like, yes, there was. Oh no, it wasn't. So you mentioned, but if everyone does the same thing, I think it will help us as a whole.
Just that you could have pressed a button and reported an assist for the rest, but no. I'm guilty of it myself. I've said dismiss, swipe to the right and dismiss it. I don't drive.
Nope.
Nope, but not for me.
I make sure that the map is on point every time when I'm in Copilot.
But see, the thing is, another thing is that for you to actually press the yes or no, it takes away from your eyes from the road. You have to look at the screen or your phone or whatever. A machine will not look at that. It will eliminate one step. So I think
that's my OD though, of me having the phone with me. In 300 feet, you're gonna turn right. Okay, you see that stop sign? It's gonna be right there because it brings me back when we used to go to Mexico. Like whenever we'd go to each gas station, okay, Marcos, Moy, make sure you guys know which route we're going. Ask the gas station guy because we were the English kids. I'm like, okay, let's go ask the English. Okay, so we put them like, do you have a map from here to out of town? Yeah, and we bought it. You don't buy maps anymore at the gas station either.
No.
So you put it, okay, how do I get here? Oh, you just take this highway, Marcos, Moy, pusieron atención? You guys paid attention? Yes. So nowadays, even though I have the phone, I tell them, you're going to turn right, you're going to turn left, blah, 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 blah. Even though the phone tells me, I interact with them. You're doing good. Turn right, careful, ojo adelante, and I'll try to read the map for you. Even though it's a freaking phone that'll tell you.
So I have a special report about that from Moy himself. And he says that that's not what happened. He said what happened is they were like, he would say where to go. And then Marco's like, huh?
Right. You wasn't even there.
Somebody threw you under the bus.
No, I'm joking.
No, he wasn't even there.
But now imagine this. You cut off, like, how long would that take? Like 10 minutes? Gone because you have Google Maps.
No, I mean, while the gas station, like, we were teams of 4. 2 make sure that the gas is up to date, food's up to date, and the other ones raid the register guy to ask for directions. Nobody or ask a police officer on the road, like, hey, we're trying to get here. I'm like, yeah, you're good. Continue. Have a nice day. Nobody interacts like that anymore. I don't interact like that anymore.
He's like, Marcos bear witnessed it.
The last time I ever did that was the first time that I went into Queens. I printed out the steps and made sure we didn't have the Garmin. We didn't have those boxes of GPS were there. We printed out the directions. Turn right on this street. Yep, check. Turn right on that street. Check. Until we got to the bus. Until we got to the university in Queens. That was the last time though. Once I graduated, trust in Google Maps, which
He says.
Yeah, that could be good or bad, but that's the new interface.
Google Maps take the wheel.
But before the printed maps, there was MapQuest. MapQuest used to print the directions. So it was like a friendlier format. And then from there went to GPS for the cars, navigations, and then navigations, CDs, DVDs, and now they're on their phone.
My last step was like a checklist. Like they would print it out, like turn right here, turn right there, turn right on this, and then each one I would mark a check mark on each. I would print like 5 pages and carry those 5 pages with me, but so that I wouldn't forget. Like, okay,
we can save the trees.
Yeah, it's biodegradable though, but you can make more trees with it if you throw it into the proper location.
No, you can't.
Why?
Gone.
Paper is biodegradable.
Oh yeah, I know it's biodegradable, but it won't make another tree.
Yeah, it will take time.
Give it time.
Couple years
slow down, CJ.
No, it kills it off.
Question: all of us, like I think everyone here, did the road trip down south or across.
No, I didn't.
What about you, Alan?
Yeah,
Alan's in.
Hello.
Yeah, Alan just slid in.
Cool.
Apologies for sliding in a little late. I was just talking to Mr. J's dad and our cousin Rafa for a while with Eggy. So I just got back home from work.
No worries, no worries.
Long day, long day.
Yeah, it was long, but it was fulfilling. And there was a little bit of rain, so it was all right.
Well, a little bit. I mean, it rained a lot where I am.
I know. I was trying to play it off.
Oh, okay. I was
Just a
gonna say
drizzle.
little.
Just a little
It's poured
drizzle,
on.
you know. It's soaking wet. Yeah, it's all right.
Don't worry, guys. I'm dry over here.
Oh, I think you're in a drought, actually.
Where are you?
Yeah.
I like those
Tomatoes.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
worry
what we
about
say
it. Don't
when we
worry
talk
about
about
it.
specific locations where we live in.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it, Mr. He's just like, imagine he says,
Just flew
nah,
right past me.
miss me with that. But yeah, like Alan, did you like whenever you did the road trips, long road trips? Would you nowadays maps, but would you use paper
Right.
maps or atlases,
Yeah. So
gas station maps?
the first atlas my family used is when we went to Mexico. I want to say like 2000, 2001, and 2002. And I think also before middle school, because I was in middle school like around 2000 for 6th grade, 2001 for 7th grade. 5th grade, it would have been 1999 and 1998. Yeah, we would use the paper atlases and we would drive to Mexico. So we would have the atlas to take us all the way down to the hometown. Yeah. It was awesome, I guess you can say, because I wasn't the one doing anything besides just taking in sights and sounds. Yeah, but as far as like using like a GPS or anything, yeah, Google Maps has been my go-to. I remember on my dumb phone, like when I used to have like a flip phone, dumb phone, like the very, I guess you could say rudimentary, very basic, didn't really fit onto the screen type of navigation system for like the Boost Mobile from back in the day. It was really clunky, wasn't very good. But yeah, I used that as well. I never used like a Garmin though.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I've heard of Waves. I think that's a little newer, but I've never used Waves before. I've only used the Google Maps.
Well, Google bought Waze.
Did it?
So it's just Google just Google on Google. Actually, there
Okay.
has to be a lawsuit eventually for this.
I mean, I remember
They have a
MapQuest.
lawsuit. They do have a lawsuit for their campaigns. They say they have a monopoly on
Yeah, I
search
mean,
engine campaigns.
There we
didn't
go.
I think there was a MapQuest at some point?
Yeah, that's what
I think
said,
Google
Marcus.
also bought that too.
Did they?
I wouldn't be
I think so.
surprised.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I wouldn't be
Again,
surprised.
to pull all that information and resources, I think they had to do that in order for them to make a really compelling type of product for people to actually use it. Because besides Google Maps, what else would there be like as competition at the moment? I don't think
Yahoo
there is.
Maps, if there ever
I mean,
was.
no, like Apple, yeah, you can say Apple Maps, but
Apple, they have Apple Maps. After
But
that,
who the hell uses that?
Apple
Yeah.
Maps.
yeah, besides Apple and Google, who else uses or has maps?
In the Americas, I don't think
I don't
anything.
think so.
We got Huawei Maps.
Huawei. Why would you use Huawei?
He has Red
Maybe
Note
in
on his
China.
phone as well. I mean,
guess
TikTok
he-
on his phone.
He's got
Yeah,
that red
China.
note. You got that red note as well.
Got that red note.
Su libretita roja.
Yeah, so the Atlas would help us get all the way down to Texas, and then when we would cross the border,
That's when you go to your nearest gas station.
yeah, we would grab a Mexico map, and it would, yeah, so it would change though, because every so often there would be some sort of, I guess you can say, addition to the road, because literally, not literally, but I guess they would build certain new infrastructure which wasn't on older maps, so you'd be forced to buy a new map in order for you to get the latest information on roads. And it was crazy back in the day, like in late 90s, where it was like roads where it was only like two ways, right? So it's just one way for, like, there would only be one lane to go south and no one lane to go north. There was no like 2 or 3 lanes for each side. So you legit had to be like not on collision course, but kind of sort of.
And pray.
Yeah, tractor trailers just going by you going, "Meow," right?
Yes.
So that would be scary because that G-force pulls you in quite a bit. And then we did see quite a few tractor trailers like on the side of the road, like flipped over because
yeah.
of one condition.
It's very common, unfortunately, over there.
Yeah.
And they would have the white crosses on the way. Like, yeah.
No, like legit, we saw it like fall. Like it wasn't like days after. No, it was like literally Like
Lie.
It was GTA
mile
all
up.
over again.
Yeah, mile up. Like
Stop, they go in and take everything in the truck and then keep going.
What about the driver? What about him?
Well, no, yeah. I mean, there's the one we did see. Fortunately, he was alive. He survived. But I remember one time coming back from Mexico, one of our tires flew off. I don't know if you guys have had something like that happen to you, where the actual bolts like kind of like disintegrate.
What the?
And the wheel just kind of flew off.
It went. You guys went
The
left.
friction
The
of it.
tire went right.
Yeah, exactly. No, well, we kept going straight, thankfully, and the van didn't flip over. But the wheel or the metal piece in the middle, the what's it called, the rim or a piece of it had enough friction to kind of start a little fire on the side of the hill with the dry grass.
Start the fire. No.
And
That's a good song.
and yeah, but things like
You
that
guys
have
were
happened.
cooking in every sense of the word.
Legit, yes, cooking and always. Yeah. So that's my story. I don't know if that was helpful at all.
No, it was.
So
it
Marcos,
was. Yes, sir.
Please,
Yes.
I will want you to talk about your topic number 8.
Kaiju number 8. Yes.
No, that's anime.
Sorry.
Same
Okay.
region, just not anime.
Okay. Numero 8. Would you stay late or at the office? There's a couple stories here that they interviewed an American office worker in Japan. And I wouldn't say American, but by the accent. This is me assuming,
Wait, I
alleging.
thought you said it was a Japanese person.
But then they were giving nuances that there's this story of a Japanese, alongside with that YouTube short in the comments and all those things. It reminded me of a Japanese professor, and he was saying, if you can't put
Oh, wait.
100
Before you continue that, what you're saying is a YouTube short remind you of a man.
until a rabbit hole. Yes, I went down a rabbit hole.
So this
And
video
it
made you think
concluded.
of men.
Pause.
What?
What?
Anyway, continue,
Wow.
please, Mark.
It made
That
me
was
think,
deep.
right. It made me think of this story. This Japanese professor was saying, I don't sympathize with the individuals that have died in their workplace just because they couldn't handle working 100 plus hours a month of overtime. It couldn't be me, basically, he was saying. And this was in Twitter.
Side note, to wrap around the man joke. He says that if you're a man, you work over 100 hours.
No sweat.
Yes. He's like minimum 100 hours. He didn't specify a time. I think you told me per month.
At least 100 hours a month.
I don't think in the actual
Jeez.
translation they specified
Overtime.
yeah, and I'm like, that's like, so it's like, I did the math over here. That's like your 8 hours, right? That you work 5 days a week, allegedly.
That's 40. So 60 hours. for that.
Sorry. 8 hours. It would be an additional 5 hours to your work day to reach that 100 hours overtime. So it's like, what was that? 13 hours a day.
Basically.
And he's
from
like,
8.
that is the expectation of a man to
Those are
work,
rookie numbers to him.
basically.
He would say that I would, back in my day, I would bring my sleeping bag to my workplace and just, see the sunshine while I was still grinding, burning the midnight oil at 7 a.m. and then signing into work, again, he would say. My counterpoint to this was, so he wasn't paying rent anywhere else but his work, right? He was living at his office if it was an office. If you're doing anything else, it's not a feasible thing. That's what I was saying.
I think another point is, did he shower?
It didn't matter. It doesn't matter. The work's done, right?
Hopefully it did.
Don't matter. The job's done. That's what he was trying to counterpoint.
You have to remember that I think certain Asian people, they don't have the gland at that,
There you
what you
go.
call it?
The stinky gland.
The stinky gland. Yeah, exactly. If they don't shower, they don't stink.
Just put on more deodorant. You're done.
Matter of fact, I don't think they even have deodorant. I think
Like
they just don't.
who invented deodorant or perfume?
I think that was the French.
The Europeans, basically, because
Yeah, because I think
They weren't
Marco's like,
big.
they stink.
No, well, I
They
think
they didn't shower.
the
They didn't
infrastructure
shower a lot.
was very weird over there. It's like very
in
old.
Japan.
No, it's French. French in the part of the perfume and the things to hide the stinkiness.
They're
That's
staying.
why I think that the wigs, the white wigs, and that's why they put it on, because they put a lot of powder and
The white
to
powder.
hide their
Powder
hair.
themselves.
Yeah, just to look pretty, but you got
They were nasty.
Like now they just look weird.
So whenever soap was invented and they never thought about using it,
No, the thing is that they thought that by not showering, they were making a layer of protection against the diseases. Because back then, you had the Black Plague and a lot of diseases, which
STDs,
they didn't
Influenza.
think. They thought that by not showering will prevent them from getting the diseases, but in reality, is that not showering is what was causing all this disease. So,
extra diseases.
kind of ironic.
And
Another
this is
story.
why Marcos showers every day.
Right. Amen. Another story that you're saying, reminding me is of a typhoid Mary that happened in New York. This lady was from the old world, aka Ireland. Her family passed away on that side at the old age of 13. Crossed the ocean and decided to work.
Old age.
Wait,
Yeah, she decided to work here.
Wait,
in the food
you said
production
old
industry.
age of 13.
Yeah,
How's that old?
in the 1800s, as a working class person, you'd be working in the mines by 4.
All right, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you keep going.
I said, I'm gonna let you cook.
That's strike one.
What? Anyways,
Go ahead.
This Mary basically was in the food production industry. She was like, you let her cook, and she cooked very good food to the point that, how do you say familia de alcurnia, rich people family, hired her to cook in their house. Ironically, the kids, the wives, the side wives were dying because the food was being cooked, but it wouldn't. Yeah, but the lady didn't wash her hands, and she was a carrier of typhoid fever.
Oh, I heard this story before. Yeah.
That's the serve safe classes. That's where they teach you about always wash your hands and follow those rules. So whenever the chase was on, they didn't follow the people
She would
that were
change
poor
her
working
name,
class.
right? It was?
3 times. And by the age of 21, she got caught for the 3rd time because she was working in a kids hospital, and all the kids there in the hospital were from rich people from the city, from the area, from New York. Like, all these rich kids are dying. No. So the government found her, like, again, this is the 3rd strike. We're gonna give you your own island at the age of like 22, 23. She was living it until she passed away because the concept of vaccines wasn't there yet. Polio was still, the vaccine for polio wasn't even out yet. So the thing they did her at the age of 23, they told her to live her life on one of those islands in New York, in NYC, on the outside islands. Live your life, have your cabin, we'll bring you food, cook yourself your food, and live there. And that was the solution they made for her. And there's one picture of her that they show her just sitting down. She's like, and they would say she's pretty and everything, pretty woman for that age of a working class lady at age 23. She's just there mad because she can't go to work and she's already getting paid for by the government because she's a menace. If you let her cook, people died.
Shit.
What's the story? What did you know about Typhoid Mary, Allen?
Basically the same thing. She switched her name a couple of times to avoid the law enforcement, and they were kind of like on her trail. And obviously she didn't think that she was the problem, but obviously
she was a solution to a problem.
Well, the fact that a lot of people got sick and died because of her is, I guess you can say, one of the reasons why things like SurfSafe exist. Things like, vaccines exist, and protocols for cleanliness exist. And it kind of just goes to show you how, like, in a certain way, societies, especially coming from like the old continent, like Europe, where the cities were all very small and cramped compared to other places around the world where it was very much open space. I think it kind of goes to show you, like, even though they had a lot of time to kind of develop the culture, the cities and stuff like that, hygiene wasn't one of the things that developed along with it. And obviously, to Israel's point, due to the fact that water sources that were clean weren't very plentiful, they had to be searched out. This is the reason why.
This is in the old world, right?
Yeah, this is the old continent of Europe. This is the reason why they distilled drinks such as wine, or meads were very popular, because they had to go get distilled. So basically, boiled or fermentation, things of that nature, were like good or healthier to drink because they didn't have a bunch of, like, I guess you can say, bad amoebas and things that would probably cause some sort of infection or stomach. What's
like
called?
no bad juju.
Yeah, so
Well-
people weren't throwing up and stuff like that.
Did you know that's why Coca-Cola was considered to be like a medicine?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
remedy.
that was because of marketing. I know a story about this.
Yeah?
Asia. It was a Confederate general that was doing this, and he really liked that one. What's the word for? And he said, I can't be doing this. Is bad for me, because he used it for the coca leaves. He used it for himself because he got
No.
wounded in the battle.
Well, I
in
think
No,
Coca
I was
leaves
just
aren't
talking
bad,
about
are
that.
they?
No, I was not talking about that.
Yeah, but he was the creator. He's like, let me put this on medicine and make it into promoting it as medicine.
No, I think you got the point that I'm trying to make is this. The reason people used to drink Coca-Cola because they thought it was medical, because the thing is that they weren't drinking water. By not drinking water, which is what was making them sick,
In the
they
US,
were
right?
getting healthier just because drinking the Coke. Not Coca-Cola. I'm not talking about Coke. I'm talking
No,
about
but in the
Coca-Cola.
US, you're talking about the US or
He's like,
Yeah,
Okay, let's talk
cocaine.
about the leaves.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm just talking about it because the water was getting boiled and sanitized. They were drinking in liquid form, and that was not getting them sick. And same thing
And
with
it was
Poland
boosting
Spring.
them because they had cocaine in it.
Well, that's besides the point. The point that I'm trying to
Wait.
make is whatever.
Marcos, who do you think invented Coca-Cola?
Confederate General, Mr. Coke,
Marcos,
Mr.
I'm
Coke
gonna have to
himself.
tell you here and now.
Coke Senior, Coke
Coke
Senior.
Senior.
I'm gonna have to throw a flag into play.
Don't tell me it was Santa
And-
Claus.
It was not Santa
It
Claus.
was the little
polar
bear.
bear.
The person that made Coca-Cola formula is a pharmacist in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
Yes.
The thing about it, you have to go back one thing. It wasn't the pharmacist. The pharmacist bought
Bought
the
the-
formula for Coca-Cola
Yeah.
for $500. It wasn't even him. It was someone that they
It was a
don't
Confederate
know.
general.
But the thing is that they don't know. They actually even Coca-Cola said they
I have
don't know
receipts.
who it was.
I have receipts,
The
Your Honor.
pharmacist is the one that bought the whole setup,
Recipe and stuff.
the
I guess.
recipe, and the little thing that kind of looks like what do you call it, a moonshine setup.
Well,
to
Yeah,
make
the distill.
No, it
Yes,
says
thank
so. This is from Coca-Cola themselves. They said on May 8th, 1886, Dr. John Pemberton brought his perfected syrup to Jacob's Pharmacy in downtown Atlanta, where the first glass of Coca-Cola was poured. Serving about 9 drinks per day in his first year, Coca-Cola was an exciting new drink in the beginning. So they say that this guy, the pharmacist, was the guy who made the syrup, and then I guess they just put it in carbonated water.
Oh, okay. I mean, but it's
I wouldn't
Okay.
trust Coca-Cola for their own like
I got
history.
you. I sent it to the group, everyone, so you could put it over there at your leisure, Mr.
And then on top of that, it says here he carried a jug of the new product down the street to Jacob's Pharmacy.
You know where they promoted it? In the World's Fair. That's where they promoted the concept of Coca-Cola more. I sent it to
Which
you, Mr.
World's
J.
Fair? What year?
I think the first one. I think after the Confederate War, the Northern
I think
and
the
South.
first one was in 1900,
Yeah, and
but which is impossible. Then they wouldn't
when
be
was
there
the-
because
and then
1886 was the first time Coca-Cola was ever created.
but I sent it to you. Like literally, a Confederate general sent it to you because they didn't give.
Confederate General sent it to you.
Marcos,
No,
I
this
can't
guy
afford-
liked- this guy
no,
liked-
Marcos,
this guy
flag on
liked
the play,
wine.
Marcos.
This guy liked wine.
Marcos, the Confederate general wasn't the inventor of Coca-Cola. I have the facts right here.
It was
By
It says
Coca-Cola
I did
themselves.
it was a
I made-
pharmacist. I went
Wait, I
back in
said-
time, Marcos.
I asked him.
I revived the. I used a rise. This is no.
a Riz.
But yeah, the way that this guy. I sent you the receipts there, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, well, I have here receipts here that says otherwise. It says, no Confederate general. It was a pharmacist.
the pharmacist. Yeah, he paid $500 for the.
Oh, yeah, I can't trust this guy. This guy got tattoos all over himself. That's a flag right there. No, I'm joking, obviously. And then what? He got his wife there with the. What is this?
Just play a
What's this
snippet of it.
mean?
Just share screen. Share screen.
What is
Show
this?
feet, show
Is
feet.
he role playing now?
Show
Yeah.
feet.
Wait,
Show
what?
feet. I don't want to show feet. Why do you want to see my feet?
No, just if you want to. It's choice is yours there.
Well, yeah, obviously I'm not going to show you my feet.
No, the link for the thing that I was saying. But literally, this guy was a drinker as a general, and then he's like, I gotta stop drinking. I gotta get into something more healthy. Oh, I'll try to get this new thing called Coke.
So
And then he's
Dragon.
like, why not combine both things? Combine wine with Coca-Cola and do the thingy
So
thing.
you made a
And then he's like,
cocktail.
ooh, yeah. And then he's like, wait a minute, let me make it healthier and put it in sparkling water.
Well, the thing is that just Coke in general, they drink as a tea, and it's being
Yeah.
drink as when you go to, like, let's say Peru and you want to go to the Machu Picchu, they usually give you
Coca leaves.
Coke tea. So yeah,
But what
So
if
it's-
they find you
Or
with
they
the
chew on the
cigarette
leaves
version
or
of
the
it?
tea.
what happened?
Will they do anything about? Will the government do anything about you? They find you with like you smoking weed?
Smoking weed.
What?
Well,
How-
That's my question.
Coke leaves to smoking liquid.
Yo,
I said Coca. I'm thinking Coca. I'm a genius. I'm sorry.
no,
It's so good, man. But you have to understand also, the U.S. is the only country that allows you to smoke weed
Every day.
recreational. I mean, after that, don't bring it anywhere. Do not even in the vapes. No, not even, because other countries have very tough laws. I forgot which country. I mean, is basically like bad. The
An
surfer,
Asian
I
country,
was-
Indonesia.
I believe no.
I know it's an Asian one that did Philippines.
I think there's a zero
I forgot.
tolerance.
Indo. I think it is Indonesia.
Yeah,
It's
zero
very-
tolerance is bad.
In all
So don't.
Malaysia and other countries too.
Wasn't a basketball player, a female basketball player, also got it?
But that's
I think
Russia.
that was Russia though.
Yeah, just for some weed.
Mhm.
It was weed. So don't bring
Wasn't
weed.
Jackie
don't bring
Chan's dad, son,
Jackie
also
Chan's dad.
Jackie Chan's son in China also got hit bad because he had weed on him.
Really?
That one I heard of that. I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, this was
That
in
one
the,
I heard of.
yeah. He was like a influential person, and in his condo they just kicked the door in and said, "You have weed on you. You're going to prison."
Kick the door like, hey you.
You got weed.
Yeah, the cigarette. No, that's cigarette weed. And,
What, Marcos, please. So
Right,
anyway,
right.
though, I found the story that Marcos was talking about. So it looks like
Sure.
this guy right here is the inventor of Coca-Cola.
What
He
did-
was part of the Confederate Army back in
not
the
a
day.
general, right?
No, he was a lieutenant colonel.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
KFC.
And then in 1866, he was seeking a cure for his addiction
Of what? Of alcohol?
of morphine.
Morphine.
Dang.
Damn.
And
Poor
so
guy.
that's where he made up the little concoction that he called Pemberton's French wine Coca. And essentially,
Pemberton.
this was the syrup that is Coca-Cola.
So can I get a partial removal of the second flag?
No, I'm sorry. You have to be full. You have to be nerd for nothing, and unfortunately, you're nothing.
All flags are
Dang.
final. All flags are
So yeah,
final.
so here in that little like pharmacy that he later ran to, he then grabbed that syrup that he made here, the French wine Coca, and he combined it with carbonated water by accident when trying to make another glass full of the beverage. He then says, this guy, Frank Mason Robinson, eventually created the name Coca-Cola, and that's what we have now. And then, of course, it has cocaine.
And then during World War II, they stopped the flow of this formula to Germany.
No,
and-
this was after.
No.
Well,
I know.
Wait, you
but,
said the Civil War or which war?
the Civil War.
Yeah, this was after the Civil War.
Yeah, but yeah, after when Coca-Cola was already a strong brand product, they had a formula that they would ship to each country. And when Germany was acting up a fool, Hitler really liked that formula, so he said, "We can't do it. We'll make it ourselves." In comes Fanta. Fanta got invented by the Nazi Party.
For real?
Yeah,
I didn't know that one. I thought it was
I'm
Mexico.
gonna have to fact
look it
that
up.
check.
Look it up.
I
Don't
thought it
throw
was
us
either
lies
from
until you
India
look
or
it up.
from
I
Mexico.
thought
What you
Yeah,
said?
I was gonna
Fanta
say
was created by
Mexico.
who?
By Nazis.
it was like, let me just find out who created.
Oh yeah,
Fanta.
all that you're saying, but they were told by Mr. Mustache Man, like I need
Mr.
I need my
Mustache.
fix.
Yeah.
What's the verdict, Mr. J? I'm waiting with a bated breath.
I'm actually just checking the facts to myself.
I can hear the people typing, and my heart is. Am I half wrong, half right? Am I
So I
wrong?
have here the wiki.
No gaslighting.
Sure, man.
During the Second World War, Germany was under a
Oh.
United States trade embargo, the British naval blockade, and the
German
import of
branch, though.
Coca-Cola. Circumvent this, Max Keith, the head of Coca-Cola Deutschland, decided to create a new product for the German market using only ingredients available in Germany at the time, including sugar beef, whey,
But yeah, there was beef. Yeah.
and apple pommes. He later
Apple
described
pommes, yeah.
as the leftovers of the leftovers. The name result of brainstorming session, which started with Keith exhorting his term to use their imagination, and to which one of the salesmen, Joe Nip, retorted, Fanta.
9 Fanta.
I think it's a fantasy. Fantasy. No, Fanta. Fantasy. No?
No, it says here Fanta.
Fanta
Oh,
9.
yeah. Fantasy. Yeah, you're right. In German.
Yeah,
I guess
and
they
then
translated to Fanta.
Yeah, because it was fantasy. The meaning for the word for imagination is fantasy.
So then the German plant has been cut off from the Coca-Cola headquarters following America's entry into the war after the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor.
He touched
After the war, the Coca-Cola company regained control of the plant formula and the trademark of the new Fanta product, as well as the plant profits made during the war.
So you're telling me if the West didn't win, we would have had Germany owning Coca-Cola, Fanta owning Coca-Cola, and not Coca-Cola owning Fanta?
You think
So
so?
the thing is that Fanta was a what do you call it, branch
A
of
menace.
Coca-Cola that it was in Germany.
Now.
Because no, back then when Fanta was invented, it was a German branch of Coca-Cola, but because of the embargo, the German Coca-Cola division couldn't import the
mix.
syrup,
Yeah.
whatever they needed to make Coca-Cola. So as a
Why?
result,
The liqueur.
that's how they came up with Fanta, with using the ingredients as
They're leftovers.
Josue
They're
mentioned.
literally, they were saying.
Yeah,
Sugar beet, whey,
1940s.
and apple pommes.
Yeah,
A lot of elbow
pommes.
A lot of elbow grease.
I don't know what this is.
That's a German
That's
name.
Is the
delicious.
solid remains of grapes, olives, or other fruit after pressing for juice, or oil. It contains the skin, pulp, seeds, and stems of the fruit. So they grabbed the orange and they smashed it.
They try to make
And
wine?
no, it's like, it could be used, it's like whatever's remain when you like squeeze the fruit for the juice.
Yeah.
Or the oil, because they also said this can happen to olives.
But what do you guys think? If the
I think I'm on
Alliance
Coca-Cola
didn't
right
win,
now.
if the Alliance didn't win, Fanta would have been the big brand. But if
Would they? Because it seems like
so-
before the Japanese attack, they were still part of the Coca-Cola company, and then afterwards they weren't. So I mean, worst case scenario, maybe if Coca-Cola was still around, they'll
thinking
just
that
be.
I'm thinking that Santa would have been holding a Fanta instead of Coca-Cola. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say.
A little bear?
Yeah, holding a Fanta.
I don't know. Maybe they'll keep the tradition of Santa holding a Coca-Cola.
Probably.
You never know. And of course, Santa would be having that weird good luck sign.
He would be raising his hand,
Is that what it is?
Right. He'd be
as
raising his hand.
raising his hand as he's drinking the Coke.
Das
Yeah.
disgusting.
He's
like,
saluting.
he's like, don't you get your Coca-Cola?
No, 9. 9? 9. 9. 9.
And
Get it now.
just to add the last piece of this Fanta conversation, the orange Fanta emerged in the 1960s, and it was developed in Italy when
Yes.
they introduced the orange flavor Fanta first,
Delicious.
because they
Weren't they in the
use
same
locally
team?
sourced citrus.
Weren't the Italians and the Germans in the same team for a while?
I'm just mentioning about the Italians
flavors,
coming
yeah.
out with the
The
orange
flavor.
Fanta. After that, like,
Another fun fact
Mhm.
here is that there's the thing called the Fanta cake,
Yes.
and it's made with Fanta.
No way.
really?
We need
Yeah.
the Coke cake. We
It
need
is
the
a
cake for
fluffier
Coca-Cola.
texture than sponge cake due to whatever this word is.
It's
F-
German.
Interesting.
I can't read that yet.
I know
Yo, that
which
sounds
one you're talking
interesting.
about.
Typically served at birthday parties or bake sales, and it looks like this.
It
Get
looks like a little
yourself,
volcano, right?
basically.
It looks like
I know
it.
which one you're talking about. I've seen it several times. That's
You get
interesting.
yourself-
Cheesecake Factory has it.
So what you should be saying is you should get yourself a Fanta cake ASAP. Oh, they even have similar recipes. If you use Sprite, you make whatever the hell is that.
I mean, everything is
If you
under
make
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, you make the Coca-Cola cola cushion and a Sprite cushion
Very
and
cushion.
whatever this limo cushion.
Yes.
Damn. So So Coca-Cola's into baking, yeah.
Seems that way, sir. Yes.
I want the Coca-Cola, the Coke cookies.
Okay.
I want the Coca cookies, the Sprite cookies, the Fanta cookies.
What
Basically.
about Dr. Pepper?
What's the story behind that one?
Dr.
What's the
Pepper?
story behind Sprite?
I don't
For
know.
that matter.
I
I
don't
think
know.
we're going. I'm gonna be with you guys for another 10 minutes. I kind of have to run.
Okay. So next story,
Sorry,
Mr.
guys.
J.
No,
Next story.
just you continue. Just mention it before.
Yeah. So Marcos, please continue.
What number? Give me a number.
0.
Tittle.
0? No such thing. Let's go with
Infinity. Yes.
the benefits of the Mexican passport. Talk to us, Mr. Allen. What's the scoop here?
Yes. So just try to summarize real quick. So if you are a descendant of either mother or father that are citizens of the country of Mexico, you are eligible to get a dual citizenship. In this case, it would be whatever country you're from. In this case, it would be the U.S. and then also hold a Mexican citizenship.
Continue though.
Basically, the benefit of that is that you'll be able to have the benefits of being both citizens and not only paying taxes, of course, but also holding property, opening a business, and traveling and staying as long as you want in either country. So those are the benefits. Now, if you only have one parent that's from the Mexico of country of origin, you're still eligible to obtain citizenship. The only caveat is that the parent has to be present in order for you to apply. I believe that's the paperwork has to be present. So this would be like birth certificates and what's it called? In some cases, obviously, if picture IDs or whatever the case is, to kind of let people know that it's authentic. The birth certificate needs to be a recent copy and needs to be notarized in order for it to go through, and then you can apply obviously to get your citizenship. Comes along with obviously if you like your passport, and I think you're gonna butcher it, but I think it's either called tarjeta de lector or carta de lector.
Your voting license,
Right.
if you will.
So, and I think that also gives you the opportunity to get the other ID or the other piece of information called INE, I believe it's called.
INSE, I think, right? Yeah, INE. I think it is INE.
Yeah, so all those things that you'll be able to obtain. This also includes the benefits of not only holding some sort of property or opening up a business in Mexico, but it also helps you if you do plan to visit other countries outside the US or the Americas per se. You're able to go, and some of the benefits is that Mexico, because it usually in their standing on the global stage, they're very non-confrontational with other countries, which gives Mexican citizens access to go to other countries without needing a visa, a travel visa. So you can just buy your ticket, go over there and stay, and obviously come back to Mexico as a citizen, right? So you can apply, or you could go to these countries without applying for a visa. Again, some countries are a little different than others, but you have a little bit more access and a little bit more wiggle room when it comes to going to certain countries.
And I think Mexico allows you to have the ability to have multiple citizenship. You don't have to renounce.
So yeah, so I forgot, I think it was either, I'm not sure if it was President Reagan's administration or Jimmy Carter's administration, when there was some sort of amnesty done where they were able to hash these situations out. So I did take the opportunity to get my double citizenship. So I don't know, I haven't delved deep into the benefits or full-on benefits of using all of them, but I think it's a really good idea if you're able to have that. That would be a nice.
I mean, you can slide
addition.
into education over there if you wanted to,
Right.
or open a business.
Or if you're going to go to school, it would be a good idea to have all that paperwork or information readily available for you. Same thing goes for people that you might not know it, but perhaps there's some sort of a property that you're going to inherit from a family member or not, right? Or whatnot. And you're able to hold it in your name. Obviously, you pay the taxes on it, but it's in your name. You can use
Yes,
it however
sir.
you like. So that's a benefit. Also, to your point, Marco's, education and whatever other, I guess, benefits.
You can apply for scholarships over there,
Right.
as a citizen.
Yeah, and benefits that the government gives out for like stipends and stuff like that,
Or
or tax
counseling,
breaks for
concierge.
to get like not only to have property, but build your
Concierge, you say?
home on that property, that said property. Yes, concierge service. So yeah, that's I found that interesting. But again, I don't know what your guys' takes. Do you guys ever think of, like, just as an example, my idea is to at some point live 6 months out of the year over there
Amen, brother.
when it's cold over here in the winter
Amen.
season, and then come back over here when it's warmer. I don't know if that's an option. Obviously, hopefully have something going over there business wise, so I can do something and still earn some sort of
Live,
money.
basically. Have
Yeah,
your
so
life.
I don't know.
Live
What-
Mas, you say?
Yes, live. Of course. Do you guys have any intake or input on that? Do you guys find that interesting, or do you like that's a that's a nothing burger or whatever, or do you guys think that it might be beneficial for you in your position right now?
Let's go
No,
with
I'm
Isra.
American.
Okay.
Let's go with Isra.
Very
What do you
good,
think,
very
Isra?
good.
Well, I mean, from the standpoint of being a Mexican, and if you only had the Mexican passport, I think it's beneficial. It will also be beneficial for someone that has the dual citizenship, that you have that flexibility. But I mean, if you have the U.S. passport, you can be out the country for more than 6 months. So you don't even have to use the Mexican passport. The only thing that I will say is that if you're gonna be in Mexico, of course you have to get the right credentials and right paperwork. So having that Mexican passport helps.
Comes handy.
Yeah, it will come handy. I agree. Besides that, like, let's say myself, I haven't renewed my Mexican passport, and
You're still
honestly,
a citizen, technically.
yes, of course I am. But my point I'm trying to say is that having the passport will not give me extra benefits, because in your case it's different, because once property is actually involved in other, you could say, not investments, but what do you call that? Say property, the houses and
Business.
that. I mean, not business. What do you call that? I'm trying to think of the word. I'm just kind of, this is not disappointing me right now. But anyways, other assets, you can say. It helps. It helps to expedite certain paperwork in case you need to do something. But again, Josue, like Josue, I don't know, Josue is planning to like move to Mexico or visit Mexico. Just having this US passport is just like more than fine. In your case, Alan, will be more beneficial. Just in case you need it, it's better to have it than not have it.
I think. What do you think,
Are
Mr.
you playing?
I already came back from there, man.
My, yes.
I did my studies over there. I put in my time.
What was that, jail for you?
Nah,
I think
nah.
it's Mr. J.
No, it's Marcos.
What?
Yeah, he
I
got
show
that.
hands. I show hands. My hands are right
But you're
here.
not playing it now.
Oh, damn.
Also, Alan, I hear your
Yeah.
mic.
I'm about to disconnect real quick.
But yeah, I think, like you said, American. And he paused the recording. Did he?
Yeah, no, it's still running. It's
Okay, because Papa just came up to me where it said, and the recording is done.
No, it says recording and processing. My end says recording and processing.
Okay, so yeah, so for me, I wouldn't, like I said, I'm American, as Marco says.
my hands are
America.
here. I didn't do anything.
No, that's I did it, but I said as Marco says, America.
American.
Fun fact about that, it's not actually the bald eagle. It's like a red hawk, because the way I could probably pull up how an actual bald eagle sounds. Sounds nothing.
It sounds
like that.
weird. Like it sounds
No,
weird.
bald eagle.
Like it
Play real quick.
sounds so weak and squeaky. Like oh.
And by the way, also the bald eagle just recently became the national bird. You can say that. It wasn't.
I wish we had the turkey better. Gobble
Turkey,
gobble gobble
turkey.
gobble.
I think that was Abraham Lincoln, no?
Yes, sir. You know. Like they do
There
that
you
in
go.
golf.
He said the noble
This-
bird.
This is what
Let's
the,
hear
the
it.
bird look like.
That turkey looking like a snack.
I think they used a falcon, right? In order for it to sound.
Yeah,
like
It's like the
So
hawk
this-
or the falcon. It's like I think it's a red hawk that
A
does it.
red tail falcon. Red tail, huh? That's just weak. That's just weak.
That sounds like a turkey.
Now put the turkey, Mr. J. I want the turkey. With an
You want the
American
turkey?
flag.
I was gonna look up the red hawk sound.
Yeah.
I like the red hawk.
Yo, Isra, I was gonna
Yes.
ask you. You heard about the news about Warren Buffett stepping down, right? From
I sure did. I was reading the
that's
news before
crazy.
I got on the phone. I got on the
You got on
conversation.
on the meeting, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yo.
At the end of the year.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
is-
I guess it just makes sense since his partner in crime is no longer
What?
alive.
Yeah.
Crime.
Oh,
Damn.
he's referring to Mongler.
Yeah.
Blue
Damn.
Mongler. He passed
Rest
away
in
and he
peace.
was
Rest in
99.
peace.
He
That's
lived
a
a long life.
life. Yeah.
And he was sharp. His mind
Yeah.
was so sharp.
Absolutely. Called it
Greg,
like it
Greg
is.
Abel. Yeah, he was sharp. That guy was smart.
Yeah.
Here's the hawk sound.
You stop yelling at me.
Yo, that's scary, my boy.
It's a little more impressive. I'm actually, funny thing is that I was reading that and I'm reading about, Kohl's. Kohl's, the company.
Oh, didn't the owner get into a bit of trouble?
Not the owner, it was the what do you call it? The
President, CEO?
CEO for the, hold on, let me just, let me go and check on my,
Your hand. Please, holding.
that might be a nice play. This word play.
Yeah.
Kind of like This America.
Chief executive is the one that got fired for violating company's policy.
That's CEO, no?
Sorry, Colsey. I guess so, but because I thought,
Is
a
it
different
Chief
person.
Executive Officer?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I guess so.
think
You're right.
besides the CEO, there's CEO, there's COO, CFO.
Yes.
So there's different kind of chairs, and they all do different little things with the company. But in this
No,
case,
The
yeah,
Chief
the
Officer is CEO, right?
yeah, CEO.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, dude did something not very good. It's biting him in the ass now.
Like to Uncle Sam or just to the people?
Yeah, he'll pull back. Yeah.
In super simple words, what happened? What happened?
Yes, it was.
Falling off.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
He's guilty. Yeah.
Yeah, because like for whatever reason, like we're understanding that standalone what's it called, commodities, or not commodities, I'm sorry, standalone retail isn't very profitable anymore. So this is the reason why Sears, JCPenney, Macy's,
They went a Land's End.
yeah, I mean, all these companies have been tanking, and some have already closed because, to Israel's point, people are just not making their way over to those stores and going shopping. I mean, for God's sakes, I mean, we're seeing, what was it? I think 2 days ago, I'm not sure if it was Brooks Brothers or if it was Lord and Taylor, one of the higher end retail stores now is partnered with Amazon, and you can get clothes through Amazon for that specific retail store. So the tariff,
Or the production.
right? Yeah, no, I mean, I can see that. I can see that, but I want to say that I don't think China is the only player. I know that Indonesia is big in retail or clothes making. Same thing with India, Bangladesh. Like I think the tariff situation, not that it's bad or good. I think it really, like, bad news sometimes is good news, at least for the investor, because now you can do like plays. Like it gives you options, because when, not that I've seen, but I have this sneaking suspicion that people aren't as worried as they should be, or maybe they're too worried. There's a lot of extremes being played or placed on this whole situation. And just to like kind of, I guess, push back on those naysayers of like, oh, the tariffs are bad, it would be like, well, yeah, it's bad. I mean, considering that a lot of the stuff that is being made is made somewhere else and not here. I mean, you can kind of argue the fact that maybe it is time for certain types of jobs to come back to the US. Yeah, but I would say the other side of the coin is like, even if they were to have the factories here, it's like,
They would be automated probably.
here would want to go do those type of factory jobs, right? So there's two sides to the situation, and I think that this is the reason why people should really kind of, that especially that are investing, should kind of look at this as an opportunity, not so much as well, this is bad. Because at the end of the day, we weren't doing very well with Biden either, so I could care less like who's red, who's blue, or like those.
What are
those
the receipts?
Yeah, like to me, it's like, where can I see opportunity, and like how much risk am I willing to take to see it through, to try and make a gain on that. But I don't know. Right. Delicious lemonade. Okay. Oh, okay. Right.
With 6 months?
Yeah. That's true. This is
Personal observations.
yes.
Yeah.
I was just talking, spitballing.
This is not gospel.
It's true.
Damn.
It's all a gotcha game.
At the end of the day.
No, but
At the end of the day.
We're not in the gacha era, man. We're not.
This is
and
the gacha
government.
games.
Yeah, like what's those new toys, Labubu's? Like
What?
that.
What?
Labubu's? You haven't
What's that?
heard about Labubu's?
No.
It's this I guess you can say this generation's TY Beanie Babies. Let's put it that way. So Labubu's are exclusively
How you spell
bought
that?
through. It's like Bubulubu,
La
but
boo boo.
it's Labubu.
Le boo boo.
Yeah, it's LA.
Starts with an L and boo boo.
So apparently, this what would be considered a very talented individual from China created this monstrous looking type of again
I see it now.
TY Beanie Baby esque type of creature to kind of like mass produce, and they've been getting like really popular and obviously super niche collaborations with different manufacturers or different companies, and then you can only buy it through legitimate places like Pop Marts. So this is another Chinese storefront. This Chinese artist created this monstrosity of cuteness, and people have been
Wait.
going legit.
This doll right here is on stock. This on StockX for $320 right now.
Yep. Yeah, so it's again, it's Pokemon cards, TY Beanie Baby type of fan.
He's trying to create a
Labubu, yeah. So
Yeah, I have it here. Now it's a white. So you got flashbang.
my eyes.
My eyes.
Eye.
It's by Pop Mart.
Yeah, so people have like it's not an expensive thing.
It's out of stock.
Yeah.
What? How is he trying to create the demand? Though?
$180 for the monster I found you.
Yeah. And again, it's TY Beanie Babies. So if you guys recall TY Beanie, the
Damn,
One
they
Piece
had a
Luffy
One
joint.
Piece one.
It's like, yeah, the resale on these are crazy. The resale is crazy.
What's the
Like,
reason?
look
They're
at
like
this.
up like Jordan.
$320. Like
Yeah.
$850.
But yeah, so he created a small amount to create a high demand on
Wait,
it.
is this guy even
Yeah.
getting any money out of it?
No, I don't think so. In China. Right.
So his name is Chasing Lung.
Does he
he's,
know
Hong
Iloma?
I wish.
But again, this is very TY Beanie Baby-ish type of scenario. Again, I've tried looking into how I could buy into this, but Pop Mart is on the Hong Kong exchange, so there's nothing I really can do unless I go through Charles Schwab's or any other reputable stock buyer or company, and I would have to buy Hong Kong dollars and try to
$8.
yes
At
I would
H
try to
Mart.
buy it. But I mean, I don't know if that's the right play. I mean, it's getting your foot in the door, but I don't quite see another play besides maybe because people buy plastic cases to put them in, so you can still like put them on your bag.
This one has a Coca-Cola bottle.
Oh yeah, that's the Coke. Speaking of Coke, they did a collab
Wink.
with Labubu.
Wink.
Yeah,
Mhm.
full circle. They've done different collabs with other companies, other franchises. Yeah, it's bananas. Again, I haven't delved too deep into this, but as you can see, it's
Yeah, it's look at their
It's pretty
website is out of stock.
yeah. And again, this is like Five Below. Since Israel mentioned it, kind of came to mind. I'm like, what can a person like myself do to try to get into
I like this one.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Isa.
So yeah, no worries.
No problem. Have a good one.
Thank you.
I hope we
Thank
can
you.
do it again soon. I'm sorry I came in
No
late.
worries. Thank you.
Same.
Thank you.
Yeah, you'll be back.
You'll be back. Yes, sir.
Excellent. Yes.
Yes, please.
Good
Take
night.
care.
All right,
Night
see ya.
night, Mr. J. What's next on the docket? Or do you have something to do?
Yeah, I have like 10 minutes left.
Let's see.
We
What would
can't
you want to
do-
close it with?
We can't do that because that's
Anime?
too specific. Well, like what anime news is there?
Damn it, nothing right now. Unless you're watching.
I mean, unless side note, I guess there's like a little bit anime, a little bit of real life. If you guys watch Sinners, right?
Yeah.
Which one is this
It's
one
the
again?
Movie.
Sinners. It's the new movie that came out that has Michael B. Jordan in it.
Live
Okay.
action.
The guy that did Creed.
Yeah.
Fun fact,
Yes.
if you don't know this, Michael B. Jordan is an anime nerd.
Yeah, I knew that one.
And because of either Sinners or another movie, I think he said, he missed out the IMAX showing of Princess Momonosuke, and he got mad because he
Oh,
missed out
dang.
on it. He was like, yeah, man,
Get
like
paid or watch a movie. Damn.
he's like, I really wanted to see it, but I was doing something and I couldn't. I'm like, well, that sucks because I watched it and it was amazing. Like,
But it was.
yo, the screen I watched it was massive. I was like, I want this in my room. I want this in my
this big, decent, huh?
No, that thing was mad. Like that thing was. I was like, damn, he missed out on that. That sucks. Couldn't be me though.
I knew.
I watched it. I
He's
was
not
like,
like you.
yeah, I was watching it and I was like, damn. I was telling my friend, I was like, yo, this is good quality here for an old movie. And then like the sound system was nice. I was like, yeah. And then I see like after watching Sinners, which I gotta say, great movie. I would highly recommend it.
Well, out of 10.
I'd say like it's an 8. I like it.
Okay.
Good.
Like, I think what's out so far right now, I mean, I might change because I'm gonna watch Thunderbolts after this, but
Very nice.
I think so far is like it's like the best movie you can watch right now.
Are you gonna
Yes,
go
I
to the
think so.
Alamo?
No,
Survey the
I don't
menu?
have enough.
You don't have one close by?
Nah, I don't.
Not by tomatoes.
Nope.
Damn.
And if they don't have the Thai chili things, I wouldn't go. I was like, nah, I need the wings.
I mean,
See.
never then.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I was like damn, it was like amazing. But yeah, like I said, highly would recommend watch Sinners, but my guy missed out on Princess Momonosuke. Which fun. I've never watched that. I've heard of it. I never watched the movie. Either that or I watched it and I might have like forgotten about it a while back.
Okay.
But it was a good movie. I was like, wow, this was worth the IMAX experience to watch it. Not 4DX though. I didn't watch it in 4. That would have been cool too. That's another thing I recommend. Watch a movie in 4DX for once.
Okay.
Just once. All you need. You gotta feel that like the excitement. Especially if you're watching like an anime movie. That would be crazy.
Sounds interesting. I would like to go see a movie in 4DX. Yeah.
I think
Hopefully, if there's one in NY, I'll try to figure out what to do.
Well,
but if not, I'm gonna go
there's
visit.
one.
you.
There's probably one in the city,
Yeah.
and I think there's another. There is a because they're in Regal theaters only,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the one in Tomatoes, Marcos, please. I think they have a 4DX theater, but I'm not sure.
I was gonna say in Tomatoes, maybe. I don't know if that's a Regal Film Theater, but
I know the one I said is definitely Regal, but I don't know. Like only certain theaters have them.
okay.
But yeah, highly recommend it.
Did you guys eat yet? I'm starving.
I'd say like that would be a good closer, stating the movies and all those things. That way you can go chow down, Mr. Allen.
Another thing,
Would appreciate it.
watch the Crunchy Bumpkin Swordmaster guy.
Crunchy
Yeah, that's a
Pumpkin.
great one, man.
Country.
The that
Yeah,
reminds
this
me of
is
the kid
on,
from
Prime
Shangri-La.
Video.
No, Chunglung Kunlun. That other anime.
Not
From
not
that
in
other
this
anime?
place, sir. No.
The final boss village or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's not like that. It's not like that.
So
He's
I'm
not
the
like-
evil lord of an intergalactical empire. Empire is another one. The beginning after the end is something I'm
But
watching.
yeah, that one's good. I like that one too.
The brilliant healer's new life and the something other.
That's okay.
There's the.
I
other
gotta
one.
say that there has been a lot of like mid animes this season. which
Yeah,
is like
bro.
More
What's it called?
Fire Force. Ooh,
Fire Force. I was gonna say too.
Mid Force? Question mark.
like for example, I'll give you some mid ones. The Please Put Them On Takamine-san is
Put what
really
on?
mid.
I heard it.
Don't worry
It's
about it.
because it's been like crazy censored or not like it's been getting
Is
that
it etchy?
interspecies reviewer type of treatment.
Which
from
I mean,
Frenchie.
like, Also, I think the Can a Boy Girl Friendship Survive is kind of mid.
I don't know which one that one is, but the underwear.
Which watch has
Atelier
been pretty
Mister?
good.
Or
No,
sorry,
no.
Which
It's called
watch?
Can a Boy Girl Friendship Survive? It's on
I
Country.
read it. I read it. Yeah, I read the title. I don't know. I've never seen it.
Witch Watch, however, has been pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned it, the Underwear Atelier Meister.
That one's good.
Okay.
I thought that was good too.
That was good.
And this is for 2025 starting in May or
So this season,
later?
No, it already
we're
started.
in. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 3, 4, 5 episodes in. Sorry.
Yes.
I'm probably gonna rewatch, Kuma Kuma Bear, obviously. Probably gonna rewatch.
And then of course you should be watching One Piece.
I heard that there was some sort of like disagreement or backlash because one of the, I don't know if it was a producers or something, kind of trashed the audio people, that they were like slacking on the audio for the latest episode.
Really, I think it's been pretty good.
Like they used the same sound effect for like 20 different types
They're just
of
saving
things.
money. What do you mean?
Yeah, I was wrong with that.
Again, people said I guess the issue was that they shouted that person out publicly on X, and
The
that
ducks.
people on Reddit and people in the fandom were kind of like
They
yeah,
should
you know
dox
what,
them on the
that's
lip
right.
flaps that they're not matching.
People are like, nah,
if
don't.
anything.
Yeah, I mean, again, polemics are gonna happen regardless because it's such a long, lengthy show.
But it's good. It's good.
I don't
It's
know,
good.
man. I don't know. If anything, let them cook. They haven't messed it up. They haven't dropped the ball just yet. Okay, let them cook. One Piece is like, it's like I'm coming in and I'm gonna take a shower
Yes.
and continue with my life. One Piece is there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So anyway, thank you everyone for coming through. Is that in the wherever he's at? Hope he's doing well.
Amen.
How dare you interrupt me? I'm gonna whip out my belt. No, I'm joking. Anyway, though, Marcos, Alan, any final words, final thoughts?
Goodbye.
Try to avoid Typhoid Mary. That's all I'm gonna say.
Cool.
Wash your hands. Wash your
Wash
hands.
Wash your hands. Thank you, Mr. Marcos.
Wash your hand, brush your teeth, comb your hair.
Brought to you
Not in
by.
that order, because if you're gonna do
LTS
serve safe, brush your teeth, wash your hands, brush your
Not
teeth,
in that order.
comb your hair, and then
I
brush
said
your
it in
hands.
that. I said it in that order. Well, I said wash your hands, comb your hair, and brush your teeth.
Yeah, and it's already contaminated again.
It's okay. Little germs won't kill anyone. But anyway, please, everyone, have a good day, good night, good
You
evening.
know where to
wherever
find
you
us in the
are.
links in the description.
Yes, find us please on Instagram, Twitter /X, Google Plus, Facebook, Kohi. Please give us a Kohi.
You can buy us a coffee. You already know.
A Riz.
Rise
With
up,
that-
everyone.
With that, Marcos, please. See you later.
Stay frosty.
Goodbye.